During World War I and II, women around the world played a crucial role in supporting the war efforts of their respective nations. Despite facing significant barriers and discrimination, women took on a wide range of roles in the military, the workforce, and other support roles. In this video, we will explore the incredible contributions of women during these wars, their struggles, and the impact their efforts had on breaking down traditional gender roles and stereotypes. During World War I, as men left to fight in the war, women stepped up to fill the labor gap left behind. Women worked in munitions factories, producing shells and other war material, and in other industries, taking on jobs traditionally held by men. Women also served as nurses, ambulance drivers, and in other medical roles on the front lines. Some women even participated in espionage and other forms of intelligence gathering. Women also served in the military during World War I, although their roles were often limited to non-combat positions. However, some women did take part in combat, such as the Russian Women's Battalion of Death, which was formed in 1917 and fought on the front lines. During World War II, women's roles expanded even further. Women in Allied countries worked in factories, producing aircraft, tanks, and other war material. Women also worked in agriculture to support the war effort, taking on jobs such as harvesting crops and tending to livestock. Many women also served in the military in roles such as nurses, mechanics, and pilots. The Soviet Union had a particularly large number of women soldiers who fought on the front lines, and Lyudmila Pavlichenko, one of 20,000 female snipers, is credited with 309 kills, making her the most successful female sniper in known history. In the United States and Britain, women served in auxiliary roles such as code breakers, radar operators, drivers, and mechanics, which became just as dangerous and deadly as combat roles. Women also played important roles in resistance movements and partisan groups in both wars. In the French Resistance, women worked as couriers, provided intelligence, and engaged in sabotage operations against the German occupation. Lucy Aubrac, the most famous female member of the French Resistance, discussed in her memoir how being a mother of a baby provided her with excellent cover for her work in the Resistance. Women in the Polish Resistance took part in combat, and the Jewish Resistance in ghettos and concentration camps was also largely led by women. Overall, women's contributions to World War I and II were crucial to the success of the Allied forces and helped to break down traditional gender roles and stereotypes. Women showed that they were capable of taking on any challenge and proved their worth on the battlefield, in the workforce, and in other support roles. However, it's important to note that women faced significant discrimination and challenges during and after the wars, and their contributions were not always recognized or rewarded in the same way as men's. Nevertheless, the contributions of women during these wars helped to pave the way for significant changes in gender roles and women's rights. Women's participation in the workforce and military during the wars helped to break down traditional gender roles and stereotypes, and after the wars, women continued to fight for greater equality and recognition. In the United States, the Women's Armed Services Integration Act of 1948 granted women permanent status in the military, and in 1976, the first group of women graduated from the United States Military Academy at West Point. In the United Kingdom, the Sex Disqualification Removal Act of 1919 paved the way for women to enter professions such as law and medicine, and in 1992, women were allowed to serve on Royal Navy warships for the first time. In conclusion, the contributions of women during World War I and World War II were crucial to the success of the Allied forces and helped to break down traditional gender roles and stereotypes. Women served in a wide range of roles, from factory workers to nurses to combat soldiers, and their sacrifices and bravery should never be forgotten. Although they faced significant discrimination and challenges, women continued to fight for greater equality and recognition after the wars, paving the way for future generations of women to make their mark in all areas of society.